Hey there, and welcome back to the Trav's Outfitter podcast. I'm your host, Shane Carlson. I'm with Trav's Outfitter owner, Travis Youthy, and our general manager, Mike Fairchild. And if you haven't heard by now, Trav's Outfitter is expanding, and we're heading west.
Head west, young man.
It's pretty exciting, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, what it means for us as a company, what it means for you as customers and vendors. There's a lot to get into, so let's dive in. First off, what inspired the move to go to Rapid City?
Well, we've been looking at it for a long time, and we've done other expansion things. And for me personally, it just felt right to expand west. We've always been. My personality is we're straight up. And we're just regular folks. And it seems like the further west you get in South Dakota, and this is a generalization, but my heart feels lighter the further west I get. And it feels like we just get to folks that still know what hard work is, still appreciate a good, long, day of hard work, still know how to play and have fun. There's no doubt about it. I just feel like we're really aligned with what's going on in all of South Dakota, but just felt like Rapid City just felt right for me.
Yeah, we've known it's a growing community. It has the people in there that we want to help, right? They're our customers, the working man and woman, whether they're ranching, construction, trades, manufacturing, even weekend warriors doing projects there around town. So we just knew there'd be a lot of potential. I talked with Elevate. They're the fastest, I believe it's the fastest growing city in the upper Midwest. If not, if I got it wrong, it might be just South Dakota. But anyways, there's a lot going on in Rapid City.
And why does Rapid City feel like the right fit? You guys kind of touched on it. But out of all the cities in South Dakota or the places that we had an opportunity, we chose Rapid City.
Well, there's a little more goes into it than that. We did an acquisition of a company about 18, 20 months ago, and it went really, really well. And we were satisfied with the outcome of that. And so we made quite a few phone calls. So we talked to a lot of other people that were, had businesses that had been in the family for a long time, or for whatever reason they were getting up there in age. And we felt like we were really in a position that we were looking to acquire some people. And so we talked to quite a few people. I think it was 6, 8, maybe 10 of them. And each one just kind of gave us the Heisman. They were still good with what they were doing. And by all means, we respect that 100%. But we just felt like we were at a position, it's the right time for our company. I've still got a few years of working yet. Mike still has a few years of working yet, but our son I have 2 sons that are involved in the business, and it's just and we've got a lot of people just like you, Shane, that are involved in the business. That it's time to go to the next level, right? In order to give more opportunities for every employee at Trav's Outfitter, we just felt like growth was the right thing to do, and I'm going to say this really boldly. Fargo can use a Trav's Outfitter. Sioux Falls could use 1 or 2 Trav's Outfitter. Omaha could use a Trav's Outfitter. Sioux City could use a Trav's Outfitter. There's a lot of Des Moines, Iowa. We've had calls from Iowa. People want us to come there, but we just for whatever reason we just felt it was right. We felt Rapid City, and I will tell you this, and hopefully lots of people see this from Rapid. We've had nothing short of an unbelievably stellar sort of invitation from each person that we've worked with in Rapid City, South Dakota. They have treated us far better probably than we deserve. I mean, they're so excited to have us there, and we are likewise excited to be there. And to me, that just confirms that the decision that we've made and the decision that we've been praying that God will bless is the right one.
Yeah, we've been going out there for, I think it's probably been 6, 7 years, trying to develop our boot truck business out there. And everybody loved what we offer, but they couldn't understand the boot truck. Like, what does that mean? A store comes to our facility, and I think maybe some of it is because some of their workers are a little bit nomadic there too. There's a lot of area that Rapid City covers in the Black Hills. I mean, north and south. It's a lot of geography, so they're not all in one spot. And every time we'd ask, they're like, just bring a store. If you had a store, it'd be easy. We'll set you up. Have a store, bring a store, bring a store. So we've heard it over and over and over. So that's why we've been kind of locked in on that for some time, just trying to see where we can make it work.
So with the with the expansion to Rapid City, how does that kind of represent the Trav's brand and what we've been trying to do here in Watertown? How does that fit the brand and the mission of Trav's Outfitter?
You know, for a long time, Mike talked about this, and I believed him, but we truly do have a brand, and I'm not saying that in a boastful way. We just do. We go to market differently. We merchandise differently. We promote differently. We buy differently. We take care of customers differently. We see customers as people differently. And so, yeah, our brand, we're excited. We're excited to share our brand and our way of doing things with Rapid City, South Dakota. And I will tell you, through this process, things get revealed to me all the time. But for a long time, we love Watertown. Watertown's always going to be my home. But for a long time, I've wanted and longed, maybe without even knowing it, to do it the Trav's Outfitter way in a larger market area. The fact of the matter is it just takes more people to achieve more volume. And so that's maybe one of the most exciting pieces of this for me, is to show people that there still is a retailer out there that still greets you when you walk through the front door. We still ask you what it is that you're doing. We help you find the product that is right for what you're doing. We still measure feet. We get on our hands and knees and make sure the shoes fit. That's almost, it sounds crazy, but it's almost a lost art. And I'm just so proud of what Mike and our team does here in Watertown, and I can't wait. I just can't wait. It's going to blow their hair back in Rapid City, South Dakota.
I guess that leads me to my next question. What are you both the most excited about? You kind of alluded to it a little bit there, bringing the Trav's brand to Rapid City. But, I mean, in terms of seeing the building go up or interacting with new customers, growing a new customer base, what are you most excited about with this?
Go ahead, Mike. I've been talking a lot here.
So for me, it's probably a little bit different than Travis. So you're part of the team here in Watertown. You're still going to be part of the team at Rapid City. We got 42 people here. And so it has been my joy and honor to develop that team and lead and coach and mentor. And I'm excited to do it again. I mean, I'm excited to go find another 40 to 45 people as we get ramped up and double the size and help build a team there that cares about not just Trav's Outfitter, the brand, but Trav's Outfitter in the community of our customers, of our vendors, the other organizations that are going to be in Rapid City, and just, be ingrained in that community, just like Travis and I are in Watertown, because Travis has lived here his whole life and I've been here for 31 years. So this is our home, but I'm excited for other people to really be like, this is my home and I can make a difference in it through Trav's Outfitter. And so that's exciting to me.
Yeah, the other thing that, and I think Mike alluded, we're a different place. Oftentimes we've alluded that we're kind of like the island of misfit toys or misfit people, right? And the fact of the matter is we're all broken and misfit, but we've got some unbelievable success stories that God has done through Trav's Outfitter and through our staff here, and I told my wife that. I said, that's a big part of what we're doing. This is one of the first business things that I've ever done. I've spent so much time praying on it, and it's one of the first things, maybe the first thing I've ever done that, yes, it goes without saying, we have to sell stuff and we have to make money. I mean, that's, if you're in business, you have to. But man, I'm as excited to meet new people, to teach people. It sounds crazy, but to teach people how to give customer service, to show people that there is a simpler, it's not easier, but there's a simpler way of going to work someplace. We're not, yes, with 40 employees, we're a decent sized company, but we're not corporate. That's not our deal. We just want to do the next right thing. That's what we want to do. And I'm excited, just really excited to do that for a whole new group of employees and to be the fact of the matter is we spend a lot of our life working. So we want to be a place that you go to work and you don't go home and want to kick the dog and throw the cat out the window and scream at your spouse, right? There's a better way, and I believe we found that better way.
Mm-hmm.
Since the announcement, and even leading up to the announcement, what has been the reaction from the vendors that you've spoken to, the customers that you've let in, and then just since last Monday when we announced it? I mean, what has the reaction been? Have your phones been blowing up, or what's that been like?
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been more than I imagined that people would be so receptive. I mean, we haven't really aggressively started searching for employees and new team members, and they're just calling up, they're emailing, they're texting people they know who we know in Watertown. It's crazy, the connections, Watertown to Rapid City, all the people we know, and it's just firing back and forth. So I'm shocked. We haven't really had to go out and search hard for people yet, and we're looking to fill some key positions really early here, and I'm excited for that. Yeah, it's just been great.
You know, the vendor thing, when we try to keep things quiet as best we can, but when we really started looking at it, and we started talking to key people that we've done business with for a long time, once that word quietly got out, the phone, I mean, every time reps would come through, they would be like, when? They need you. They need a Travs. Our vendors have been pushing. And so I'm obviously thankful for that. Yeah, there's a benefit for them, right? Because they're gonna have another door to sell product through. But yes, the employee thing, the interest from people to go to work for us has been, nothing short of crazy, just unbelievable. And there again, we've had, if we've heard it once, we've heard it 50 times. We've heard it from people in the Rapid City area that have said, if you need anything at all, please call me. Even if it doesn't benefit me financially, just call. A gentleman reached out that I did some radio marketing with, the former company that I worked for 20-some years ago. And he shared a story that he remembered of an exchange that we had, and he said, I'm so happy that you guys are coming out here. He manages 6 radio stations, and he's like, I'll do anything it takes to help this thing succeed for you. And that's just one of many that we've had like that. So yeah, we're excited about it. We're excited to see that others are excited.
You said when. So when is Trav's Outfitter going to be in Rapid City?
I was there last week, so does that count?
That counts.
Look, we're still early in the build-out phase. We just got the building permit application sent off Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll have permits next Tuesday. For all of our Watertown listeners, you think you got it tough with the city in Watertown. Mm-hmm. It's a little more thorough in Rapid City, South Dakota. Not that it's tough; it's just thorough. Yeah. So. There's a lot more going on there. So I don't, end of July, first part of August. You could ask me again in 2 weeks, and it could be the first part of July. Right now, it's too early to tell, but that's what we're shooting for.
And it's going in the old Kmart, correct?
Yeah, it's what is it, Dakota? Anyways, it's a development where the Kmart was years ago. It's on the It's on the corner of Campbell Street and East North Street. It's one of the busiest intersections in Rapid City, South Dakota. It's in the top 2 or 3 intersections. Campbell Street is Highway 79, which goes straight south out of Rapid. The location we think is good. At first, we really felt like we wanted something that we had some exposure from the freeway, but the kind of square footage that we were needing, there are not a lot of choices. But we're super, super happy with the landlord, the gentleman that owns that owns the space. We're really happy with him, and we've had great luck with a realtor that we got hooked up with, and things don't happen by happenstance. They just don't, and it just, each one of these that happens is just a confirmation that God has His hand in the middle of this, and that I just really trust that if God's in the middle of it, then we don't have to fear. So,
and you talked a little bit about square footage there. It's actually going to be bigger than the Watertown location?
Yes, so it'll be 33,000 square feet. The showroom floor, the sales floor, will be 30,000 square feet. To keep that in perspective, our sales floor here in Watertown is 20,000 square feet. So it'll be 50% bigger, so another 10,000.
Wow. And in terms of what the store in Rapid City is going to carry, how is that going to vary from Watertown to Rapid City? Are there going to be different brands, same brands? Can you talk about that a little bit?
For the most part, it's going to be the same. There's some categories that are, they're kind of on the banana peel, you know. I mean, they're categories that we sell. The revenue isn't great, but we're trying not to throw anything out until we test it. And so, what you're going to see is you're just going to see expanded offerings of some of our best stuff. And because of the extra square footage, the other thing about this property is it's a big square box. So merchandising, not that it's hard to merchandise here, but it will be a little easier because it's just going to be really big and open. And so, the point of the Spear still is work footwear. It's still the point of the Spear. It's still what we do the best. It's still, we're probably going to have 40 brands of work footwear out there. You're going to have the largest selection of work footwear that Rapid City has seen since, I'm going to roll back the tape for young people. You guys are just going to roll your eyes. But when RCC and Western Way Work Warehouse were competing against each other in Rapid, if you take both of their inventories in work footwear, we'll probably be at that or a little bit more choices wise. And that's part of what we do. We just offer tons of selection, tons of brands, and we don't want to turn somebody away because they want a Danner or they want a Brunt or they want a Carolina or they want a Keen, and we don't carry it. So that's really what you're going to see.
I mean, that's what's easy is because of our selection and presence here, there aren't really any brands to add that would specifically be out there or here. We've already added them for Watertown and had some selection. Some styling might change a little bit, West River versus East River, but I don't think it'll be significant that anybody would really notice. So it's just going to be great that way to just kind of roll into what we already do well.
The one thing about brands that I will talk about, we saw it with Brunt, and now we're seeing it with Tecovas, but I think we're going to start seeing it with some apparel brands too. I was in Denver the last couple of days, and there's an apparel brand out there that I just ran into this company, and there's all these people that were direct-to-consumer apparel brands, and they're finding out that there is a lot of value in high-grade retailers. And so I think that's probably where the brand growth is going to come from. It's going to come from these companies that have been direct-to-consumer, and they want more penetration in the market space. Brunt is an example of that. We're really excited. Tecovas gave us the go-ahead in January when we were at the International Western Show, so we'll have Tecovas Western boots in both Rapid City and Sioux Falls.
Watertown.
I'm sorry.
Don't get ahead of yourself. We haven't gotten there yet.
Rapid City and
Unless
Watertown.
you did something while you were gone the last 3 days.
Sorry about that. Rapid City
and
and Watertown. That was a Freudian slip.
I guess wonder where we're going next.
Yeah.
For people who are listening from West River or the Rapid City area, maybe they've heard of Trav's Outfitter, maybe they haven't. What, in a synopsis, I know it's hard to, distill down what Trav's Outfitter is, but what can people expect to see and feel when they come into a Trav's Outfitter for the first time in Rapid City?
So we should ask you this. You're the marketing guy, right? It's the best service, best selection, no BS. I mean, that is what we do, right? We're going to offer more selection than anybody's ever seen in a store, independent like this elsewhere. The service, I guarantee you, just like when we opened this, we had people who were like, oh, so many people asked to help us. Like, okay, was that a complaint or you're happy for that, right? There'll be people that they're not going to be used to it. It's going to feel weird, that sort of thing. And then we're just straight up guys. We don't play games with the pricing. We don't do different things every other week. It's just, this is what we do. It's straight up and honest, and we have integrity with it, and we want to help you the best we can, whether that's a $100 boot or a $300 boot. Whatever's best for you, that's what we want to do. So that's the synopsis of what we do.
And if you have a problem, we take care of you. I mean, that's the other thing that we do. We take care of people. Just a quick story. So my wife her father was a superintendent of schools, and she actually graduated from Midland High School. I think there were 7 or 9 kids in her class. But this was 5-6 years ago. We went back there for an all-school reunion in Midland, and I know I've shared this story with Mike, but they had a live band there for the all-school reunion, and they had these bounce houses, and I'll never forget it. Maybe it was more than 5 years ago because our daughter's 19 now, but yeah, maybe 10 years ago. But I watched. There were mounds of kids' Western boots, because all the kids had to take their Western boots off to play in the bounce houses, right? That's who we are. That's our difference. As the owner of this place, I still run a skid steer, not very proficiently, but I run a skid steer. We still run branch trimmers, and we clean up properties that we have. I still build hot rods in my shop. I wear the stuff that we sell. We still go to the hardware store. We still do all the same things that all of our customers do. And I believe that's a huge difference today. Because it doesn't matter which one of our huge competitors there is. Does anybody even know the name of the guy that owns Runnings? Do you know the name of the guy that owns Boot Barn? They don't. They just don't. And I'm not here to cut those people down. Their volume's way bigger than ours is. But I believe it's time. I just really believe it's time, and the consumer's ready for a company that's real. And that's what we are. We're real. I mean, you can get a hold of us. You can talk to us. We got a great staff that'll take care of you. But if you need to, we're still available. That's the one thing I'm really excited about Rapid is I'm excited to go out there once the thing is opened up and we're ready to roll. I'll just go out there and sell some shoes. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. Mike's like, get in your office. There's work to do. And there is, and I get that. But as the owner of the place that's still passionate about it, I still want to sell people shoes. And you're going to be hard-pressed to find people that own these big box stores that still want to do that. And that's our difference.
I want to ask you, Travis, when you started Trav's Outfitter out of your garage back in 2003, 4, did you envision this? I mean, how big was your vision at that time? And has this eclipsed that, or is this, was this part of that when you first started out?
When I first started, I just wanted to stay in business. The people that I'd worked for a long time had not been fair in my exit. And I started out very underfunded. And I just wanted to stay in business. And there was a time in my life, Shane, where I was always hoping that I would have a few stores. But that hope vanished for a period of time because it was about staying in business. It was about putting one foot ahead of the next. I've tried other expansion stuff. I'm not going to put Mike in the middle of that because most of the other expansions that I've done have not been as well thought out. We weren't as prepared financially. We just were in a different place. We were too young, right? And so that's a story of my life. I've pushed really, really hard. When you're a first-gen guy and you're driven, you're going to make mistakes. And I think about that a lot. A lot of entrepreneurs, when they make mistakes, they actually have to file for bankruptcy, and then they have to turn around and start all over again. And there were times that I messed this deal up bad enough that maybe we could have done that, but it just wasn't. That's not my heart. That's not the way I'm built. And so there is a real excitement here that Mike has told me this for a while, and it's not that I don't believe him, but we get this thing right. And one day this thing might be a few more stores than what I had anticipated. But like I said before, and I'm not going to speak for Mike, but it's about stores. But it's still always got to be about taking care of people, whether it's our employees, our vendors, or our customers. And I believe that if we do that, God's going to bless this thing. And he probably bless it in a way that we don't have any comprehension of. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's beyond what I'd hoped for there were some dark days, I mean, the proverbial start your business in a garage. Those days aren't easy. We look back on them. Many people look back on them and smile, but man, there were a lot of sleepless nights. And, but there again, we've been able to hire good people. and God sent them our way, and He's provided for us to grow. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited.
And Mike, when you joined Trav's Outfitter 14 or 15 years ago, was this anything on your radar? I mean, when you first joined and I mean, kind of your scope, you knew that Trav's Outfitter was in the old location. You kind of helped get this location here on 212 built and put up. I mean, was this kind of in the back of your mind at all, or?
I would say no, not when I started, right? It was not something, I mean, to be honest, when I started, Shane, I didn't know anything about this place. I didn't. I was like, oh, I think they sell some boots, whatever. And that's a different story of that day when I came in and talked to Travis. But at that time, no. And I was part of those days where we scrambled on the phone and we scrambled for every boot sale to pay the bills and make payroll and do all that sort of thing. But when we started talking about this, and then that's when it really started, well, okay, so if we can do this, because we were stagnant, we weren't growing, and it was just we had matured in that location, and so we knew the growth would be here. So that's when it really started to come into my mind. And then when we kicked off EOS and got our leadership team together and got more people involved rather than just Travis and I making every single decision here, then I was like, now it's repeatable. Now we can do this as many times as we want, as long as we're financially viable. So, yeah, we can repeat and duplicate. So, yeah.
Construction teams are currently working. What's the status of the building at the moment, if you know?
So the demising walls, the walls that are between the other tenants, those passed inspection yesterday. Sounded like sheetrock was going to start going up on those today or tomorrow, and then it's waiting for the permit for the rest of the stuff. The glass doors and windows are in. I think they got to pour some concrete in the floor that got busted up, but there's a lot of little things, and then we'll start it. But it's still a big open shell, so it's not a complex build for anybody.
Are we going to be sending any of our team out there to help set up, or are we going to, is that specifically for Rapid City employees, or how is that going to work? Are we going to kind of shuffle people back and forth?
Yeah, we're definitely going to use some of the, some of the resources that we have here. We've rented a space in Rapid City, so we've got a place to house employees from Watertown when they go out. The hope always has been, and I haven't been apprised of a different idea, but we'll go out a week at a time. Some of us senior leadership people will go out a week at a time, work in the store, work alongside the new employees out there. It's important, really, really important to me, and I know it is to Mike. We don't want to have any loss in any misunderstanding of culture, and because that's something that is, especially from my seat, when my name is hung on the front of the building, it's important to me that when people come into, whether it's Rapid City or Watertown, that they get the same experience and they feel the same way when they leave. And so we'll have a lot of that going on. And we have employees, frankly, that are excited to go. And we believe that that's a way that we can honor employees as well, is by having them be an integral part of getting this thing set up and opened up.
Before we wrap it up here, I just want to open it up to both of you. Anything else that you want people to know about Trav's Outfitter expansion to Rapid City, or anything just about Trav's Outfitter in general?
The one thing, nothing changes here in Watertown. Nothing changes at all. We full steam ahead. We're always looking to be better, improve our customer service, improve our training with our teams, and keep our core people together. That's what's made us successful. So that's one thing that's not going to change at all. And then, just I think everyone's going to be really, really surprised and really excited when they come in the first time up in Rapid City and get to see what we're all about for sure. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a lot else to add. I think we could do 2 or 3 podcasts. If you just wanted to create some more questions, we could sure answer them for you. But again, just hope that this gets, if you have people that you know on social media and you see this, please share this. Please like it. Please ask people to watch it. Please ask them to share it. I really feel it's important that this stuff gets out. We want people to know who we are, and we want people to know that we're for real. We want people to feel like we're approachable. We want people to feel like they can reach out to us. That's what we do, and that's who we are. And I believe that that's probably one of the biggest. We said it earlier, but that's what aligns us with Rapid City, South Dakota. We worked with some people in Rapid City that are very, very, very successful people, and they've made time for us, and they're excited to have us, and those things, like I say, those things just feel right, and that's those people operate their businesses just the way we operate this one. So we're excited. Rapid City, you're in for a treat.
Thanks, everybody, for listening to episode 13 of the Trav's Outfitter podcast. Whether it's on YouTube or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, we appreciate you tuning in and learning a little bit more about the Trav's Outfitter expansion. We're super excited here, and we can't wait for you to come experience Trav's Outfitter in Rapid City. So until next time, thanks for listening.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.